Good evening, and welcome to the Big Z Sports Extra Point Show, showcasing the Newcomerstown Trojans, powered by the Caleb Fell Real Estate Team. Caleb Fell can sell. Now let's head to the Hartzler's Quality Housing Mobile Studio at Olde Towne Tavern in Tusky with Big Z Sports.
I can see how this is going to go already. The Big Z Sports Extra Point Show, Chris Gale, Shannon Thomas with you here. All brought to you by the Caleb Fell Real Estate Team. And Shannon, Olde Towne Tavern, it was the pizza that got me. I'm still trying to get the pizza to, get the flavors out,
Oh, the food here is amazing.
Oh, it's
and
so
apparently
good.
the players thought so too. They've been devouring that food sitting over there.
Yeah, it's pretty much gone. We've got the Newcomerstown Trojans in the house tonight, and we'll talk to head coach Dirk Gadd here in a little bit. 3-0 to start the year. Very similar kind of statistical-wise to last year, and we know that they made that playoff run, hosted a playoff game, and they're looking for that first playoff win this year, Shannon.
Yeah, he's got a great group of kids back. Still fairly young, and so it'll be exciting to get Coach Gadd on here and hear what he has to say, And it's nice to be back down here in Tusky. Dale and the staff brought us down here to Olde Towne Tavern again, and I think we're going to make another appearance here later this year. The food here is amazing, and when Dale opened this place up, he did it right in the middle of COVID, so he took on a big challenge and he overcome it, and he's a big part of this community down here. He's involved with the school district down here at Indian Valley, and he's involved with Tusky Days, and the food's amazing. Yep. So if you got the opportunity, get down here to Tusky and check out Olde Towne Tavern.
Yeah, we used to come down on spaghetti night. That was always a good time. Pizza night's always good stuff, and their pizza tonight, just exceptional. We'll just put it that way.
Oh, the pizza and wings is phenomenal, but I'm not going to lie, that's the first time I've ever had it, because when I come here, I go straight for the filet and the salad.
Well, there you go. Well, somebody else here had that.
Yeah, the filet is absolutely amazing, and, like Adam said, the steaks are so good here, you can cut it with a spoon.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, if you haven't been down to the Olde Towne Tavern in downtown Tusky, make sure you stop down and check it out. Phenomenal food. They've got specials running. Make sure you check them out on their social media threads and, see what they got to offer. You won't be disappointed coming down here. Again, huge thank you to the Caleb Fell Real Estate Team for, sponsoring our Extra Point Show this year. And like we had said, that the Newcomerstown Trojans, they're here tonight. Their game breakdowns all year long, brought to you by the Simona Boulderon Incorporated. And, we appreciate them as well. The Newcomerstown Trojans 3-0. They got the big win over Bern Union in week number 1. Week number 2, the shutout victory over Bellsville. Although Coach Dirk Gadd wasn't happy about that game, and I understand when you don't play your best, and maybe you don't do the things that you should, even though it looks like a lopsided win, it maybe not be in your head if you're a coach.
Yeah, according to Coach, when he called in the show that night, he wasn't happy with the way that things went, and they got back to practice that week and fixed some things and moved into week 3 and got another win.
Yeah, they got another win last week. Again, 52-20 over the Conotton Valley Rockets. Newcomerstown led 32-8 after one, 45-8 at halftime. They pulled away from there. They outgained the Conotton Valley Rockets 331-279. The big thing for Conotton Valley, 3 turnovers. Newcomerstown didn't turn the ball over. And when you don't turn it over, it's a recipe for success.
Yeah, and then when the defense is creating those turnovers, you got to give it to the offensive guys, because the defense goes and gets on the ball, and they're turning in the points. And interesting to get Coach Gadd on here and see if we can talk him into throwing the ball just a little bit more.
Well, we did. At 119 yards, Clayton was 4 for 4. And 119 yards, what more do you want?
He's going to lead the state in QBR rating.
I agree.
Whenever he gets to throw the ball, he makes it worth all it's got. But hey, Newcomerstown's a running football team.
Absolutely.
That's not a secret.
No, it's not a secret. We will talk to junior tailback Carter McConnell as well. Junior quarterback Clayton Fish is here. Of course, his favorite target, sophomore wide receiver Tanner Smith, is here. Austin Smith and Spencer Ebersbach as well. It'll be great to talk to them coming up a little bit later on. We're going to take a quick timeout. We'll welcome in head coach Dirk Gadd right after this on the Big Z Sports Extra Point Show.
You're listening.
Fell can sell. When you choose the Caleb Fell Real Estate Team, you can count on local expertise, terrific communication, an expert negotiator on your side, and detail-oriented service throughout the process. Real estate does not have to be difficult or stressful. Choose a team that will make the process quick, easy, and professional start to finish. Whether you are ready to buy or ready to sell, make sure you call Caleb Fell with the Caleb Fell Real Estate Team.
Extra Point Show brought to you by the Caleb Fell Real Estate Team, welcoming in head coach Dirk Gadd of the 3-0 Newcomerstown Trojans. Coach, congratulations on the good start, just like you had last year. I know that it's one game at a time, one step at a time, but I know that you guys are looking for big things. You have a big junior class. You've got 2 years in your mind to get this thing done and continue to build this program around the guys that are here now.
Yeah, we definitely have a good group of kids. We're actually one game better right now than we were last year at this point.
Well, that's right. That's right.
We're happy to be 3-0 right now. You're right. One game at a time. We're trying to get better each week, and I think we had gotten better each week up until the second week of the season against Bellsville. I thought maybe we took a little step back there, but since then we played our best half of football against Connaughton Valley in our last game, so I'm happy about that. And we're hoping to keep it going.
Yeah, Coach, that game last week against Connaughton Valley, it seemed like maybe you started to start a little slow, and then all of a sudden, boom, you just erupted. I mean, what kind of a changes did you have to make to get those kids to do what they had to do?
I wasn't sure we were as focused in our last game as we needed to be going into that. We took a long road trip to Bellsville. That's on me. I didn't think I had the kids mentally where they needed to be to go play that football game. We did have some kids that were sick by the time we got there, car sick from the bus ride.
I know those car rides.
But, I didn't think we were where we needed to be mentally, and we did a much better job going into Connaughton Valley of being focused, and I knew the kids were locked in, and, I gave some assigned seats out on the bus and did some things like that help our focus. I told them it was in their best interest. Everything I do is in their best interest. Sometimes they don't always believe that, but I think we came out focused and definitely, played a good football game.
Well, Coach, no matter how much you preach and preach and preach and preach, kids are still going to be kids, right?
That's
I mean,
right.
It's just the way it is. Sometimes we can lead them to water, but we can't make them drink. But I was always told, well, if you light their mouth on fire, they'll drink.
That's
right?
true.
So you just got to figure it out, right?
Right.
But, taking a look, like you had said, Bern Union, you got the win over a playoff team from them to start the year. Bellsville, you said you weren't happy with things. Then you come back and play your best half of football on the road against Connaughton Valley. Kind of flipping the script to this week, in week number 4, probably your toughest test so far.
Yeah, Barnesville definitely has the ability to be, they're going to be one of the best teams we see this year. Watching them on film, I just don't see any weaknesses. And, we know that going into this one, we got to be ready. We got to, play a different level of football than we've played up to this point if we want to be able to compete with a team like Barnesville. Very disciplined, very physical, very similar to us in some ways. They run their fullback. They want to run the football, although they do pass the ball way more than we ever will.
But that question's coming. Shannon's got it coming, trust me.
But they're a pretty balanced football team, physical. That stands out to me. Well coached. I don't see any kids missing assignments on film. They do what they're supposed to do, and they do it with a chip on their shoulder.
Yeah, Coach, and that's one thing I haven't seen Barnesville on film this year, but I know from years past it. It's another one of those schools I refer to as a farm-strong school. I mean, you grow up in an area where you're expected to work as young kids. You get that mentality. You get in the weight room, you get strong, and like you said, you run the football. That's because your line and stuff put in the work in the off season. Same way with them. So it's probably going to be a pretty physical smash mouth football game.
Yeah, and we count on, being strong and physical and our weight room culture allowing us to do what we do offensively. If it wasn't for that, we'd have trouble moving the football. But, Barnesville, you can tell they've been in the weight room. But we have a bunch of kids that have been in the weight room. We've really bought into the weight room. We have physical kids. I mean, we got some kids that, I'd match up against anybody. Carter's one of those kids, sitting right here. He's a physical kid. I'd take him before I took any other kid, on the football teams I've seen. So we got some kids to match up with these guys, and we're excited to go see what we got.
So Shannon didn't ask the question, so I will. 4 for 4 out of your quarterback, Clayton Fish, this week. 119 yards, 2 touchdowns, obviously 53 and 35 yards. He obviously sees the field and sees the defense as well whenever you need him to throw the football. Talk about your junior leader. You've had him for a couple years now. You're confident if you have to throw the football and turn to him and say, hey, kid, we got to throw the ball. We got to open things up a little bit. If you are behind, just talk about his play.
Yeah, one of the most important things about our quarterback, and, I think any coach will tell you, is you got to put somebody in front of the huddle that can lead and the kids look up to. And Clayton's one of those kids. He does everything right. He shows up to everything early, puts in the extra work. He's a role model. He's the kid I want standing in front of our huddle. And then, as far as what he does, when he gets a chance to throw the ball, he has made, between last year and this year, he's made a lot of really good throws that, if we miss those throws, the score probably doesn't end up the way it did. So, we count on him, and he steps up, and, when it's game time, the throws are right on the money. The only way that we got away with 4 throws the last game is because Coach Baker didn't tell me he was throwing the ball. I was shocked. I was just as shocked as everybody else in the stands that we were throwing
That's
it.
because he's been listening to Shannon.
I know when he starts inching down the sideline away from me that something's coming that I'm probably not going to be impressed with. But, Coach Baker's done a great job with our offense as well. He doesn't get enough credit. He really has bought into our wishbone offense. He coached here when we ran the wishbone way back when I was playing football. He coached me when I was here. So he knows what to expect, and we're on the same page, and I just want to make sure I give him credit where it's due.
Oh, absolutely. And I want to piggyback real quick off of that before I go back to Shannon. Do you think it's harder for a quarterback to only throw 4 times a game and knowing, hey, you got 3 or 4 passes that this is it, right? Or do you think it's harder to throw 30 times a game? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know. I think, it would be nice to throw only 4 times a game if you knew the receiver was going to be wide open. You weren't going to have any guys in your face
right.
because everybody had been on the run fake, and you
right.
just had to make sure you didn't miss it. So I feel like, throwing less is probably a little easier than those guys that every play you never know. You're expected to either use your feet or use your arm, and, we don't put Clayton in that situation, but he definitely can use his arm if he needs to.
Coach, so we'll get away from the quarterback position now. You had 3 running backs last week that put out some yards. McConnell had 88 yards. Then you had 2 sophomores, in Dom Singer and Brody Bickles. They both had over 60 yards rushing. I mean, you spread the ball around pretty good last week. Yeah,
Dom Singer, he's a very shifty back. He sees the field very well, does things you can't teach. He's quick. Within 10 yards, he's faster than anybody I know.
The zinger.
He can move side to side, and he's full speed within 5 yards for that matter. So he does a lot of good things for us. Carter, I think I told you guys on Friday night, I watch film and I see there's kids that come up. The first time they'll come up and maybe put their head in there on Carter, and after that they're like, it's probably not a good idea anymore. Self-preservation kicks in, and and next thing you know,
it's a business decision.
It's
right?
A business decision. Your 3-yard gains turn into 5, then they turn into 10, and Brody Brickles has been a kid that, I didn't expect him to carry the ball a lot for us this year, but, he's had to step up and just a great kid, does everything you would ask him to do, great attitude, so I knew he was able to do it. But, I've been impressed with Brody. He's really, not missed a beat. He stepped in there, and he's made some big plays for us, and we count on him, and, he doesn't turn the ball over, knock on wood. I'm not trying to jinx us here, but, when I'm looking at our running backs, I'm thinking, all right, which one of them is not going to drop the football when they're running it? But, and that helped us last game. We didn't turn the ball over, so, Brody's done a great job for us.
Good. And his brother pick 6 last week.
Yeah, Bryson, he's playing safety for us in the defensive backfield, and he picked 6. It had been a long time since I think we've scored a defensive touchdown here, so that was nice to see.
Absolutely. Well, we're going to take a break. We'll come back with Coach at the end of the night. We'll talk about, what's left on your schedule after Barnesville and wrap things up with you. But everybody wants to see the kids, man. So we're gonna welcome in 2 groups of kids. The first group we'll bring in Clayton Fish and Carter McConnell, and we'll see. We're bringing in Tanner, right?
Yeah,
that's
Tanner.
right. Sorry, we're bringing in Tanner and Clayton. So we'll bring them in right after this on the Big Z Sports Extra Point Show, brought to you by the Caleb Fell Real Estate Team.
Fell can sell. When you choose the Caleb Fell Real Estate Team, you can count on local expertise, terrific communication, an expert negotiator on your side, and detail-oriented service throughout the process. Real estate does not have to be difficult or stressful. Choose a team that will make the process quick, easy, and professional start to finish. Whether you are ready to buy or ready to sell, make sure you call Caleb Fell with the Caleb Fell Real Estate Team.
Welcome back to the Big Z Sports Extra Point Show. Welcoming in the Newcomerstown Trojans. And we have a couple of players here that like to do things together on the field about 4 times a game, right? Of course, quarterback Clayton Fish, number 9, and Tanner Smith, number 7, his favorite target on the field. So I'll start with you, Clayton. Big props from your coach over there, and said, look, he is the exact kid that I want leading this team. Just by your attitude, your work ethic, you're always in early. Just talk about where you get your work ethic from.
I'd say a lot of it's from my dad, because he's kind of pushed me to be who I am, but that's kind of always how it's been, because, he's came from a military background, so.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, it's kind of
strict. And that's one of the things that we learn in the military, man, I promise you. Talk to me about the little flop hair there, man. We're going to start calling you Brandon Walsh. You know that, right?
Yeah, it's just growing out. I don't know how to describe it. It's just weird. It just stands up in the morning. And
stands up in the
morning.
Stands up and the girls like it?
I guess. You got a girlfriend?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. How long?
About a month.
About a month?
Yeah.
That's not a girlfriend, man. Girlfriend, you got to get over like that 6-month thing.
Yeah.
No, I'm just messing with you, man. Shannon?
Tanner, you had a big week last week, but you're going to have to tell Coach I needed one more pass. You almost had 100 yards wide receiving. I mean, you got to like it when they throw the ball.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're on, buddy.
Me and Clayton, the first 2 games, didn't really have that connection going. We've had a tough game in Bellsville. There was like mud everywhere we went. But we finally started to click against Canton Valley. And it felt nice finally starting to get in the air a little bit, even though it was only 4 times.
So Tanner, talk to me about, you had a big year last year. It is, in really your first year in the offense as a freshman, which is surprising. You had a good year. Do you like it when Clayton's going to say, hey, dude, run me a fly pattern and just go get it? Or would you rather get that big crackback block? I know it's illegal, but you know what I'm saying. That big blow-up block. What do you think?
I'd probably prefer to catch it. Just go downfield and have him throw it up because we have a really good connection and it's fun doing that.
So do you guys can you look at him and just give him a look and he knows where to go?
I'd say for the most part, yeah. I'll
For the
give
most
him
part.
a little nod or something.
A little nod like, hey,
It's coming your way.
All right, I like it.
All right, let's get away from football.
Okay.
Everybody knows how you guys are on the football field, so we're going to find out who you guys are outside of football. All right, so we'll start right here with you, Clayton, and then he can follow up.
Okay.
Outside of sports, what's your favorite thing to do? What do you like to do? You like to go hunting, fishing, hanging out with your friends? What's something you enjoy outside of sports?
Definitely fishing, yeah, because I have a pond at my place, so that's where I spend most of my time.
All right, we're going to
Outside
hang
of
out at
football.
Mr. Fish's house.
There you go. You guys, I'm not an outdoorsy guy, but that's all right. You guys live out in the sticks down there.
Yeah.
Tanner, what's your favorite thing to do?
Definitely hanging out with my friends. Just go doing stuff, getting out of the house. That's definitely fun.
What do you guys do? You play kickball, baseball in the yard? What do you do? Or do you go fishing and hunting and stuff?
I mean, I go fishing, but it's not something that I would just do like regularly. It's not really my thing. Sometimes we just go to a bowling alley or
there you go.
just have
A
fun
bowler.
doing stuff.
I like it. So are you a pretty good bowler?
Sometimes.
Sometimes. Okay, so Clayton's saying we got to put the bumpers up for Tanner, right?
Sometimes I need it. If I'm struggling, I'll go up to the front desk and say, hey, I might need some bumpers.
No lofting the ball either. Hey, so I asked Clayton, do you got a girlfriend?
Yeah,
Okay, how long?
5 months.
Okay, 5 months. Yeah, that's a little more, you're a little more involved there. What's her name?
Maddie.
Okay, you can give her a shout out, man. You better, there's no snuggle
Watching
time.
this right now.
You're going to have to take her out to steak dinner, man.
Bring her down to Olde Towne Tavern. She'll
get her a
enjoy the
steak
steak dinner down
Absolutely.
here.
There you go. All right, roller coasters or no roller coasters?
No roller coasters.
No?
Nope.
Nothing? So you don't like amusement parks? Nothing?
Nope.
All right, Clayton?
Definitely roller coasters.
Okay, what's your favorite roller coaster to ride?
I went on this one called the Diamondback. I think it
Okay.
was at Cedar Point.
Okay.
Yeah, it was really tall, so
Yeah.
it was fun.
All right.
All right, so in school, what's your favorite subject?
Chemistry for me.
What's your least favorite subject?
Math. for sure.
Chemistry?
Well, that's a big.
What are you going to be, a
You're-
doctor, dude?
No, it's
You're like
just fun.
chemistry and math kind of like go together. And it's boom.
Chemistry. What?
How about you, Tanner?
Wow.
Favorite and least favorite?
Jim.
Favorites probably math. Least favorite is definitely biology.
You don't like cutting open the frogs, man?
No.
No? I see. This is Mr. Queasy. That's what we got there. All right. So I know you're only a sophomore, but what do you think right now as you sit here? You want to go to college? You want to go to the military? What do you want to do?
I definitely want to go to college, even if
Okay.
it's not for sports.
Okay.
I just want to get a good education.
Okay.
And
What do you want to do? Do you know?
I don't
Have any
know
idea?
yet, but
Okay.
I definitely want to go to college.
Okay. Clayton.
Yeah, I was looking into colleges, but I don't know what I'm going to yet. I was
Don't
thinking
know,
about
sure.
engineering.
Okay. That's a
But-
good one. Listen, there's a lot of money in that field. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
All right. Well, even though you're both still a long ways over from finishing your high school football career, what has been your favorite moment on the high school football field up to this point?
Definitely the Malvern game with this guy, throwing it to him for the double overtime win.
That was what a football game.
What,
Wow.
what a football game, and I guess I should have thought of that before I asked that question because
No.
I was driving home from another football game that I was covering, listening to it while my wife was holding my phone. And I'm like, oh, what a game!
Yep, absolutely. Same with you?
Definitely the Malvern game. That was exciting. Yeah.
Yeah, that's going to be it. So what do you guys done a little scouting on Barnesville? I mean, you got to go on the road again, third week in a row now. I'm sure you guys are itching to get back home. but probably your toughest test so far. Talk to me about, how practices went and stuff this week.
Practice have definitely been pushing us. It's been really hot out, but we need it if we're going to play a good team like that. They're definitely physical, so we're going to have to work hard.
Yeah, we're definitely preparing offensively and defensively. We're just going hard, going at it.
So offensive line play, obviously when you guys run the ball 40, some 50 times a game, the offensive line's key. When you drop back, offensive line's key. Talk to me about your big hog mollies, man. You got to give them a shout out because, listen, they're keeping you upright. And if you don't buy them a steak dinner or something, man, they could just be like, whoop, give that defensive end and the dip and let him go, man. So give them a shout out.
Yeah, shout out to the line. They've definitely been protecting me, but I feel like I've worked with them since like second grade. So they're used to getting down and dirty in the trenches. Yeah,
they do a great job. How much you guys run the football, and then if you have to drop back and throw it to this guy, they do a great job of disguising that too, because it's easy to, maybe take a bigger drop step if you've got to get, back in pass coverage than to just stand up on the line and go, or to pull, those sort of things. So, they do a good job of not disguising that. So I got to ask you, I'll let Shannon ask Tanner a final question. My final question to you is, I asked Coach, is it harder to throw the ball only 4 times a game, or would you rather sling it 30 times a game?
I'd have to say it's harder to throw 4 times a game.
Okay.
Because, you have a lot of pressure with those 4 throws, and I feel like if you don't complete them, then it's just bad, on your rating and a bunch of other stuff. So.
That's what I would have said. Coach disagreed with both of us. Not that that's surprising.
Tanner, you know that you play on a team that likes to run the ball. So how does it make you feel knowing that as soon as he bounces outside, you better have your block held, or you might be running to practice the next day? I mean, you got to take pride in your blocking too.
Yeah, so me playing tight end, the fun parts are definitely getting them touchdowns and stuff, but the blocking, you also got to do it so everyone else can get their turn. It is kind of hard because I'm not as big as some of those D-line, but I put out my body for my teammates just like they would do for me. So.
Oh, I like that. Yeah. I put out my body for my teammates.
I like that.
We're going to get him a shirt made with that on it.
I like it. Selesky, you need to. That's the new quote of the year right there. That should be the team motto next year. Put my body on the line for my teammates. Hey, guys. Congratulations on a great couple of years.
Thank you.
So proud of you guys, man. Keep it rolling. We look forward to covering you the rest of the year. Good luck against Barnesville.
Thank you.
All right, that is Tanner Smith, Clayton Fish, and don't mind the farm equipment going by. Big Z Sports Extra Point Show brought to you by Caleb Fellow Real Estate. We'll roll on with 3 more players right after this.
Fell can sell. When you choose the Caleb Fell Real Estate team, you can count on local expertise, terrific communication, an expert negotiator on your side, and detail-oriented service throughout the process. Real estate does not have to be difficult or stressful. Choose a team that will make the process quick, easy, and professional start to finish. Whether you are ready to buy or ready to sell, make sure you call Caleb Fell with the Caleb Fell Real Estate team.
Welcome back to the Caleb Fell Real Estate Extra Point Show here on Big Z Sports. Chris Kale with you. Shannon Thomas over eating pizza with Adam Sweski. You know, guys, it's been a hot week of practice, but our sports director decides the hottest night of the year to have an outside Extra Point Show. What do you guys think about that? Come on.
I don't know.
Spencer? It's crazy, right?
Yes.
All right.
I don't like the heat at all.
We got Junior Spencer Ebzerbach in the middle, offensive line, defensive line, all the way down on the far end. Junior Austin Smith plays tight end and linebacker, and Carter McConnell, our big running back this year for the Newcomerstown Trojans. He's only a junior, so I'm gonna bring you in first. And you know, you told me before we come in, I said, man, you had 7 carries and you had 88 yards and 3 touchdowns. You said, yeah, I don't get the ball enough. What's up with that?
I mean, I'm more of a blocking back, if anything.
More of a blocking back. You still got the ball 7 times. You scored 3 touchdowns.
Compared to last year.
Okay.
It's a little bit more than last year, but.
Right, but like I told you, though, they got to keep you upright,
Yeah.
man. They need you to pound out those yards.
Oh.
So do you like it whenever so first run of the game, you go in there, linebacker sticks his nose in there, knocks you down. Next time, you go to that same linebacker, and he's got to make that business decision. Is that what kind of fires you up?
I love hitting linebackers. That's my favorite part.
So, yeah, when they have to stick in there and make that business decision, or a corner coming in and, like, do I really want to put my head in on this guy or not, right? That's what you want. Because like Coach said, all of a sudden those 3-4 yard gains turn into 5, 6, 8, 9, 10 yard gains, right?
Later on in the game, the more you do that, the less they're going to come up and hit you.
Right.
Like, I think I prefer making a good block over a linebacker and laying him out than like a 4-yard run.
Yeah.
Like, I'll take that any day.
Right. I get you. All right. We'll go to you. You're one of the guys that, man, I give you guys a ton of props for not disguising schemes when you have to throw the football. You know, what is the difference? Give me the difference, pass block, run block. Is it drop step? Is it?
Well, for pass blocks, we like to do what is a kick step, but Coach Guy doesn't like that at all.
He's back there shaking his head.
I usually do that for the faster kids.
Yeah.
I just think it's a lot easier doing that.
Right.
But I think pass blocks are definitely easier than run blocks.
Right.
Because usually they just cross your face on a run like a run
right.
block, yeah.
But it's one of those things where you don't want to disguise stuff either, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I give you guys a lot of credit because it's hard to do, especially when you're running 45, 50 times a game and you're pulling and doing this and guys are going everywhere else. And then all of a sudden you're going to throw the football and it changes your whole mindset. So you think it's harder to pass block in a way because you don't do it as much?
Yeah, sometimes it's definitely hard to change. I mean, you're not used to it. You're used to running the ball a lot, but you just kind of got to focus up and do what it's supposed to do.
Well, Austin, you're not a big kid to play tight end either. Would you rather catch a big touchdown pass or would you rather block?
I mean, catching touchdowns is fun, but, like, it can't happen a lot because we don't throw the ball a lot. But,
right.
I mean, blocking gets frustrating sometimes going against them big 200-pound D linemen. Can't always do your job and gets frustrating at times. So, I mean, I definitely prefer getting the big touchdown plays.
Well, I get it, too, right? Them guys snarling at you on the other side of the ball. I mean, you don't mess around with that stuff, right? You know, talk about how you think this season's gone so far. Coach says you haven't played your best ball yet. You played
not yet.
You played better ball against Conotton Valley, but the first 2 games not as much. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay, so best is yet to come for Newcomerstown.
Yep.
All right, so you got a girlfriend?
No.
No?
No.
Attaboy. Stay away from the girls, dude. They're nothing but problems. Trust me. I've been married 25 years. You don't want that.
Coach God didn't agree with that on the way up.
He didn't agree with that. All right, girlfriend?
Yes.
How long?
10 months.
10 months. All right, so that pushes it up to, man, that's like almost being married 10 months for a high school kid. Jeez. All right, girlfriend?
Yeah.
How long?
Almost 3 years.
3 years? Wow. Dude, you're in. Wow, you got 1 foot in the grave already, man. Jeez, Pete. 3 years, dude. You're only a junior, so you've had her since eighth grade?
Yep.
Wow. All right, go ahead and give your girlfriends a shout out if you want to, real quick.
Do you want to go first?
You got it.
Raquel.
All right. Go ahead.
Alyssa.
All right. Well, you got to give her a shot. Be like, what's up, Alyssa? I'm going to bring you out to dinner. Right?
Awesome.
I ain't got money for that.
You're supposed to, you got to do something. You can't just be like, my girlfriend's Alyssa. You got to be like, hey, baby, what's up? You know, give it a little, you know. Come on, man.
He's more Austin than me.
He said he ain't got no girlfriend.
He has few girls.
So, that's what it is. Oh, okay. So we got the player over there on the end. Okay, I get you. All right. Favorite subject in school?
History.
History?
History.
Okay. Worst subject? Or most hated, I should say. Maybe not worst, but
English.
English? I agree with you, man. I was terrible at English. All right. What about you?
I like math,
Okay.
but I hate ELA.
You hate what?
ELA.
What is ELA?
English.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. See? Wow. I'm like, what is that? They call it English when I went to school, but all right. Austin?
Probably math, but then for least favorite, I'd have to say science.
Okay.
Not good at science at all.
No?
No.
See, I was a history guy. I like history, right? Maybe that's probably why I went to the military, but what do you think about roller coasters? Yes or no? Amusement parks?
Depends.
Depends.
Depends on who you're riding it with.
Depends. That's what you wear when you're on a roller coaster. He didn't get it.
No, I did not.
You didn't? That's like a diaper.
Oh, no. I'm not scared of it. I just don't like going on with, like, people that, like, freak out.
Okay,
Because
I
then
get
it's just
it.
annoying.
I get it.
Like-
You like water parks?
Yeah.
Okay, water parks your thing. What about roller coasters for you?
Oh, definitely. I love roller coasters.
Okay.
Oh.
So what's your favorite one to ride?
I like the Maverick at Cedar Point.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I don't like that one just because it's too small. I like Millennium, Magnum.
Yeah, it
Those are
is
two good
small.
ones.
It's like a shorter ride, but it's pretty fun.
I'm looking forward to the new Top Thrill. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, that sounds
Yeah,
fun.
that'd be pretty cool. All right, what about you?
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I like the roller coasters, but I hate waiting in line.
Well, yeah, I mean, so you get the fast pass. You're like, come on,
Yeah.
Mom, give me the fast pass, right? Give me the extra $100 so I
Yeah.
can be at the front of the line. I get it. I understand. What's your favorite sport other than football?
Wrestling.
Wrestling? Do you wrestle too?
Yeah.
Okay. About
Track.
you? Track? What
Yep.
do you do? Throw?
Yeah, I do shot put and disc.
Okay. Austin?
Probably baseball. But
Baseball?
I think I'm going to switch it up this year and try track out.
Okay, cool. All right. Let's see. What else? What else do you guys want to talk about? You got any questions for me?
No.
No,
Not
nothing?
Really. No, not really.
You're like, I didn't prepare to be the interviewer, right?
No.
All right. Any from the peanut gallery? What do we want to ask them? What do you want to know, Shannon Thomas? Okay, I like that one. Your favorite high school memory, non-football related.
Oh.
Favorite high school memory? Because you guys are all going to say Malvern, right?
Yeah.
That's what you're going to say. So favorite high school memory other than football? Yeah, it could be
I
bad.
can't even think of any.
Did you guys do something like, did you guys pull a prank?
Nope.
No pranks?
Not really.
No something,
I mean, like nothing in school, but like hanging out with friends.
Okay, so just
Yeah.
hanging out with your
Yeah,
friends from
yeah.
school. Okay, all right. You?
That's about all I have to say to it.
Okay. You too, Austin?
Yeah, either that or like the dances. The dances are pretty fun to do.
Yeah, dances are fun, right? All right, what's your favorite thing to do outside of school? Like, do you fish? Do you hunt? Do you?
Yeah, I fish a lot. I went to Clayton's house all over the summer and fished with like Spencer and everyone
Okay.
else. But
Cool.
so probably fishing.
Okay, fishing. You too?
I love fishing.
Do you? Are you
Oh,
guys
yeah.
car guys? You like to work on cars now?
No, not really.
No, not much.
No.
Okay, what about you,
I like
Carter?
to lift.
You just
Yeah.
hey, I like to lift. Look at him. He
That's
just
like-
gets all excited when
Going
when
from
he's talking about
practicing.
lifting and wrestling, and he wants to practice. He's all about it. Man, your girlfriend probably ain't happy after 3 years of saying, "Look, I gotta go to the weight room,
Yeah.
and then I'm gonna spend another 3 hours in practice, and I'm gonna spend another 3 hours in the weight room." That's why you've been together 3 years. You don't see each other.
Yeah.
I get it, man. I get it. Hey, look, Big Z Sports, so proud of you guys, man. Just we've loved following the ride from when you guys were down here to now you're on the rise and you're one of those teams to beat. And we appreciate you guys letting us into your house every week and coming here today. We wish you guys nothing but the best of luck the rest of the way. Look forward to talking about you guys and covering you guys. You guys got a lot of good things to come. All right, so appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, that is the Newcomerstown Trojans. We'll be back. We'll wrap things up with head coach Dirk Gadd right after this on Big Z Sports.
Fell can sell. When you choose the Caleb Fell Real Estate Team, you can count on local expertise, terrific communication, an expert negotiator on your side, and detail-oriented service throughout the process. Real estate does not have to be difficult or stressful. Choose a team that will make the process quick, easy, and professional start to finish. Whether you are ready to buy or ready to sell, make sure you call Caleb Fell with the Caleb Fell Real Estate Team.
Welcome back to the Big Z Sports Extra Point Show, brought to you by the Caleb Fell Real Estate Team. Of course, on Claxon Communications, we appreciate everything LB Lydia Brady does for us. She's our girl. She's with us each and every week, no matter who's on here, and LB does such a great job for us, so we appreciate all that she brings to the table. We like picking on her, too. We still got to find her a boyfriend. You know that, right? We tell her all the time we got to find her a boyfriend. She keeps shugging us off. We give her a lot of opportunities, but you know, so
you know what happens when we find her a boyfriend?
What?
Casey sends somebody new because she's busy, so she don't need a boyfriend right now.
Well,
she makes us look good.
You know what? That's probably a good idea. I agree. But if you want to go out with LB, give Casey a call. Claxon Communications. You know, I'm sure they'll hook you up. All right, welcoming back in head coach Dirk Gadd of the Newcomerstown Trojans. And, Coach, you got a great group of kids there. You know, Austin and Tanner, I can see a little bit of the resemblance with the hair in the eyes. I don't know how Tanner catches a football with hair in his eyes, but hopefully he wears like a headband or something on game night.
Yeah, we actually have two sets of brothers on our team this year with Brody and Bryson and Austin and Tanner, and you know, they play together on defense, and that's kind of neat to watch.
Yeah, absolutely it is. And then, you know, your junior tailback said he don't get the ball enough.
Yeah, you guys are spoiling them talking about the football so much. All I need them to do is block and tackle. We don't need to worry about the football.
He said he likes blocking, but, you know, I think it's funny when you ask a kid what he likes to do away from football, outside of school, outside of football, and he says, I like to work out. I want to go to practice. I want to work out. That's what Carter McConnell is, and that's why he's built the way he is.
We have a few kids on our team that, you know, have really bought into the weight room culture, and not only do they lift for football, but it's become part of their lifestyle, and you know, it shows. It's played a big role in our success.
Coach, one thing I've noticed the last couple of years doing these shows and being around your players is how well respected they are, you know, and that comes from their upbringings at home, and that comes from coaches too. You know, I'll tell you, some of the best teachers I had in school were my coaches, you know, and my hat's off to you and your program down there.
Oh, I appreciate it. I mean, it's easy when you have good kids, and we really have a great group of kids right now. I mean, we have a special group. I've been around this football thing long enough to know, you know, it's not always like that. You always have special kids, but there's certain years that are just special, and you know, we're in those years right now, and it's because of them and their families and their upbringing, and you know, we're trying to make the most of this.
You know, and I've never brought this up to you, but I'm gonna put you on the spot on the air. A year ago, almost a year ago to today, one of my twins was getting ready to go to college, and I had did something the day before, and Sydney asked me, she's like, Dad, why do you always do that? And I'm like, you always help out somebody when they need help because you'll be paid back. Eventually it'll come. The very next day, I'm going to eat one of my last breakfasts with my daughters before she goes off to college.
Mm-hmm.
Coach Gadd's in there eating breakfast. I go to get my bill. My bill's already been paid for. So thank you for breakfast that day, but also thank you for also showing my daughter that that's how, as humans you're supposed to be. You're always supposed to help somebody, and you'll be paid back.
Well, and, you guys have done so much for our football program, and, we didn't always have a lot of success there at the beginning, and you guys stuck in there with us and believed in us, and, I told you I'll never forget that, and that's true. I'll never forget that.
Well, that is a great story, because just being the humble person that you are and the humble person that Shannon is, that's the first time I heard that story. It's been a year ago. That's pretty cool. Well, usually sometimes Shannon will come in and share stories like that, and he didn't share that one. That's pretty cool.
And the thing is, when people do that, you know what type of person they are, because they're not standing behind you going, hey, I got you.
Yeah,
he
absolutely.
Just politely paid for my breakfast, and he went on about his day. So and that's the kind of person that Coach Gadd is. Like you said, we were there when you struggled, and we knew what you were doing down there, and we always said, you give this guy time, and good things will come. And it's been exciting to watch what your assistant coaches, your school administrators, and your players have done down there.
And I don't think you guys give yourselves enough credit, because what you do for the football players and, the kids in general in our area, the kids want to play sports because they like the recognition, and they hear you guys on the radio, and they know that, their friends are being recognized, and they want to be a part of that. And you know how high school sports can change your life.
Absolutely.
And what you guys are doing for high school sports in our area is great.
We appreciate it. I mean, we do it to build relationships with kids like this. That's why we want to bring them on the show. We want to mess with them a little bit, because we want them to go back and be like, hey, those guys are pretty cool. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, we want that relationship with the kids. We want that relationship with the coaches in the programs, because that's why we do what we do. We have fun with the kids, and and you do too, right? That's why you're in the position that you're in, is you want to mold youth. Yeah, you want to win football games, but you want to mold them. And you guys, I echo what Shannon said. You guys just do a tremendous job, and it shows through the respect and the mannerisms and stuff of your team. These kids are they're not goofing around and playing around. They're just over there having a good time, eating pizza and going about their day. You know what I mean? Sometimes you have kids that just get rowdy in a restaurant, and your kids aren't.
They know better than that, I can tell you that.
They'll be running some laps maybe. Whole practice, it's time to run. Coach, I do want to get back to football for a quick minute, though. After Barnesville this coming week on the road, then you get 2 in a row at home. You've got Martins Ferry, another really tough opponent. You've got East Canton in week number 6 before you head out on the road against TCC. Just talk about maybe those next 3 games after Barnesville and kind of what you expect.
So we're hoping, to get better each week here. Barnesville is going to be a huge test for us. We're hoping, obviously to win that game, but we need to get better, and I think that game is going to make us better and prepare us for that Martins Ferry game, which is going to be a huge game for us. That's a game we need to get if we're going to reach the goals that we want to reach this year. And then we head into IVC play. So, when I looked at that schedule before the season started, I thought going in with Barnesville, Martins Ferry right before we start our conference schedule would really prepare us for that conference schedule. So that's what we're looking forward to.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. And then, I think everybody, including us, has week number 8 kind of circled. I know you don't, but I'm sure some of the players do, because they talked about how much fun that game was to play in, and probably the funnest game they've had to play in so far.
Yeah, and I hope our kids understand, as much as that's their best memory, I'm sure those kids from Malvern, have that one circled. That one's probably a tough one. It would be tough for us if it ended up the other way. So we know we have a target on us, and we're going to have to be ready for that one. Malvern is a great football team. They got a lot of very talented players, and that one's not going to be easy, I can tell you that.
Yeah, and it's nice to have that game in the confines of your own home.
Yeah, it is nice to play that one at home. So we're looking forward to playing them at home, but it's going to be a good football game.
Coach, talk about, I know that your athletic director, Chad Elliott, was unable to come. He had a prior commitment with volleyball game. Just talk about your administration side of things. Talk about what Chad does as an athletic director, and maybe some of the other programs that are going on right now within Newcomerstown.
Yeah, I'm, my full-time job is the assistant principal at the high school. So Chad, actually, his office is right across from me, which is nice. You know, with all the stuff I have to do football-wise, being in the same office as Chad is. Chad does a great job for us. I played high school football with Chad, so we have a very close relationship. I've known him my entire life. He was actually my first friend that I ever had before I even started school. So that tells you how close we are and how far we go back. You know, he has as much pride as anybody I know in Newcomerstown athletics. He's the right man for that athletic director job there. Just a lot of trust there, and when you have trust in your administration, that makes great things happen. You can be yourself, and it's not like that everywhere. So you know, it's special with the relationship that, you know, not just Chad, but you know, our principal, Mr. Favre, and Jason Peoples, our superintendent. You know, I went to school with Jason, I went to college with Jason. I mean, we have a Newcomerstown grad in almost every one of our principal positions in Newcomerstown.
Wow,
so
awesome.
I mean, it's just a lot of pride that you wouldn't necessarily get everywhere if, you know, not everybody is an alumni of the school. So, you know, it's special.
Shannon, you have anything else?
Yeah, Coach, I've noticed with the day and age of social media, I see a lot of pictures. I have a lot of friends from the Newcomerstown area, and you got to be happy with the backing that your football team has from the community down there. I see a lot of little kids running at the football games, playing football out in the grass and stuff. I mean, it's exciting times down there right now.
Yeah, and we've been doing flag football on Saturdays, which, you know, it's tough after a long trip to Bellsville to come back Saturday morning. But, you know, it's been as good as it is for the young kids. It's been just as good for our older kids to interact with those kids that look up to them, and you know, they're asking the kids for autographs, and you know,
awesome.
it's just neat to see the way that our kids interact with those younger kids. Newcomerstown's a special place. I mean, we get a police escort into town after our road victories.
We know about that from the post-game show.
You know, people meet us down there at the Victory Bell, and you know, if you would have asked me, I don't know, just a few years ago, would you know, do you see yourself, you guys winning we're on an 8-game regular season win streak right now, and I would have said, you know, no. You know, it just seemed, winning's hard in high school football. I think people take that for granted if they're not closely involved with it.
Right.
And I'm just proud of the kids, and you know, they've just accomplished so much in a little amount of time.
Well, Coach, I remember, you know, doing the TR All-Star game when you were coaching, right? You were coaching on the other side. I think Casey Cummings was coaching. You guys were on opposite sidelines. And I think from that point on over there at New Philadelphia, Woody Hayes Quaker Stadium, I think I knew that this program was going to be successful with you at the helm just by the way you conducted yourself. And even the players from the other team had eyes focused on you. And you can always tell somebody, a good coach, because nobody's messing around in the huddle. Everybody's got eyes on coach. You know what I mean? And when you command that, and I think you do that with your kids, and I look for, you know, nothing but great things out of you. This is your 7th year. I think you got another 27 in you.
Yeah, well, I'm going to need it to get that record better, I can tell you that.
Well, that's all right. The rough start, but that record looks a lot better than it did 2 years ago.
It's getting better, yes.
Coach, thank you so much for joining us, and we wish you nothing but the best of luck. Thank you for always opening up your program, joining us on Friday nights after a win, and we really appreciate it.
No, I appreciate all you guys, what all you guys do for high school sports. Like I said, you know, we're lucky to have you guys.
Well, you'll get to spend time with us week 6. We're doing the East Canton game on YouTube only, and then week 8, Malvern and Newcomerstown, you'll be on 99.9 and on YouTube at night.
Looking forward to it.
Yep, absolutely. That is head coach Dirk Gadd of the Newcomerstown Trojans. Again, huge thank you to Austin Smith, Carter McConnell, Clayton Fish, Tanner Smith, and Spencer Ebersbach for joining us here from the Newcomerstown Trojans. For Shannon Thomas, Adam Sweski, Lydia Brady, I am Chris Kale saying so long from the Olde Towne Tavern here in Tusky. We appreciate everything that you guys do. We'll see you on our next Extra Point show next time on Big Z Sports.
Thanks for listening to Big Z Sports Extra Point Show, presented by the Caleb Fell Real Estate Team. Big Z Sports returns Friday at 5 p.m. with the Big Z Sports Show and the most comprehensive coverage of high school football. Follow Big Z Sports on Facebook, Instagram, and on Twitter at Big_Z Sports. and subscribe for free to the Big Z Sports YouTube channel. Thank you for listening to Big Z Sports on 99.9 WTUZ, Z Country.